In the Black Quant VTF here at T3 Live, and if it's Tuesday, it's the Wheels in Motion show. So let's take a look. What's really going on here is we've got more earnings coming out, and so as we blast into the highs or close to the highs in the broader averages, we sit up here and do nothing. And what you're going to see is somewhat of a rolling correction, if you will. And so when the broader average is going to the highs, not everybody wants to pay up into the highs, but they're not willing to sell either. So it kind of sits here, and you'll see a shuffling of a lot of the sectors during the day, as well as these earnings continue to come out. You're going to continue to disseminate these earnings. What do they want to do coming into the end of the year? How do you want to position for the new year and stuff like that? And so what we'll see is a lot of that happening intraday and not a lot of follow through. But I'll get to that as we go through it. So SPY just sitting near the highs doing nothing. QQQ sitting near the highs almost inside day doing nothing, right? So we're still above last month's highs, and it is what it is. So as you can see, we'll ferret out the story stocks and then watch the sector rotation, and you'll see as I go through here. So story stocks, NXTC, get there, we're talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking about. And see, that one of the problems a lot of people have is they just talk about this and say, do you see that beast mode in stock? And they don't get in, all right? They don't know what to do. So I'm going to show you a real easy way to get in. Ready? Once it goes ripping here, and you say, I'm not going to touch this thing. This thing's screaming, all right, in here. I get that, all right? Boom, boom. Let it mellow out. It'll come in. Now, if you look at right here, all you had to do is this. You wait. It's like, I'm not touching this. I'm not touching this. It's a lower low. I'm not touching this. Inside bar, maybe. Inside down, no. 2 down, inside 15. Yes. 76 in the next 15 minutes. It went to 80, almost 85. $9 in 15 minutes. Take your money. You wait. 2 down, 2 down, down. Is this inside 15? It is. Boom. Above 77.60. 15 minutes, this thing was at 85.33, topped out over here at 91.95. Stalls out, just take the money. But I mean, knowing how to do this is very important, right? When something's moving like this, the last thing you want to be is just sitting there talking about, oh man, you see that beast mode in stock? I did nothing all day long. So there's that. So what we can do to start off, we're still early in November, and start looking at some of the monthly stuff. And so we've had some of the oils, right, start to come up. So when we look at the sectors, XLE we know has been down for a long time, but now you got a 2 down, 2 up. XOP here, just taking out last month's highs. So that's a 2-2 reversal over 22.74. All right, and OIH, all these downtrodden pigs, finally 2-2 reversals on the month. So at least you finally have that month over 12.02, and you know you can look at the usual suspects like your Halliburtons and your Halliburton here going 2-2 the month over that, right? Slob, and that's a 2 down, not an inside, I believe, right? No, it's on the week though. On the week, inside week to the upside. So what that does is that reconfirms what we know to be true about this 2-2 reversal over the month, 35.65. You've got Conoco as an inside month to the upside with Murphy Oil, MUR. Here, and so you know, just like any time, you know, when you organize your workstation and how you look at things, right, you want to have not only the major sectors up, but then have quote fields of the stocks within each sector so you can pull it up, right, or layouts. Like I've got a ton of layouts on my thing, and if you make layouts where you can pull up, you know, I don't even care if it's just daily charts of all the stocks in the sectors, then you can, at any given time, you can see who's strong and who's weak and get around there. And then you can use these major signals like the monthlies to the upside. There you've got MRO also coming up 2-2 here above 1250. And that is weekly, inside week hammer to the upside. And, you know, look at your major stocks, your PXDs here. Is that 2-2 back to the upside? It is. Over 133.89, and so what that means is for the rest of the month you can continue to look for, you know, any upside signals per the strat. EOG not there, so it just pokes up. So EOG would see if we can get another break over 74.79. It backs off, so potentially some more there. If we go to Walgreens, taking these monthly signals here, inside week to the upside, and you can see the great or broadening formation here. And then boom, it breaks over 56.80. Now we had some news today and spikes it up like this. Now the problem with that is how you're going to get out of here. Right? That's the problem. So always having multiple time frames up and helps you understand whether you're going to have anything to do. So what I mean by that, if you're new to this, how are you going to get out of this? Right? How are you going to take out that high or that low? Right? That's what you'd want to know about. And then do you set anything up to come back through? So tomorrow, here, good chance at inside day. All right. So over time, you still got that monthly signal, and you've got a whole month to go after that. Should that kick in, so like so. Also, you have Kroger coming up today, and Kroger inside month to the upside, so you can see these higher highs. We can come back from here and draw like so. Here's your broadening formation on the monthly Kroger, right? And the reason we draw that is from here to here is an outside bar of all this, right? And that's all we want to. That's all we know about. Because once you start coming back through, since we know ranges get taken out on both sides, now we're coming back through to see if we can take this out and have all this be an outside bar of that. So Kroger right now, inside month and up over 25.97. HSIC, Henry Schein. There's another monther coming up in here. We'll see how much we can get out of this. And right there, it's over 64.26. That's still good. And you can see once it starts going, it starts to launching up here, and still good on that. GIII. And here, once again, just like for newer folks and older folks alike, I always like to draw the tries so you can start to see them. Because some people have been told this pattern is very rare, and this is only one of the things that can happen. And this is how you play ranges where people try to draw the horizontal support and resistance and say, here's my channel or whatever. It's going to broaden. So you can see this. You come down, stop all this stuff out. This is my support level. Is it? Boom. Then how come it went below that and came back through? It's not true. That's exhaustion risk, or they blew them out. 2-2 reversal daily. Bam. Here you go. Which takes out the inside month to the upside over 26.94. That's good for the rest of the month over that. Mosaic coming out of the ashes here in the Ags, and we've been watching this one for a long time too. And you can see this greater broadening formation here, and now inside month to the upside. So we'll see if we get any signals over 21.11 right now for Mosaic. Transports. Trying to get out of here, and you see it's an inside year so far, but at least having a nice few days here, and now stalling out up in here. We'll be careful on that. Hertz wakes up today, and that gives you the inside month to the upside here above 1462. FedEx, another monthly that we'll be keeping an eye on here for the rest of the month, so long as this thing, you see this is an outside bar, which gives you a broadening formation, which means it's a higher high and a lower low of that. Then you got your lower low. Now you're coming back. That's 322 and gives us magnitude of up here unless we get a reversal. So FedEx still good over 160.39 as of right now. If you go to NTAP, inside month to the upside. Here we go, triangle out, and once again, here's your broadening formation, because here to here is an outside bar of that, right? Yes. Now, inside month, try and rip back through like so. So for the rest of the month, over 56.63. Spelunker. And Spelunk, inside month, hammer. Above 123, you're there now, and gives you an inside data tonight to reconfirm or negate that. So once again, reconfirm or negate means you're coming off a broadening formation like this, because here to here is an outside bar of all that. Now either you come ripping back through, or you expand that with the monthly break to the upside. WIX, the week pokes up just a little bit, and you can see in the daily just a tad, now an outside day, but it has my attention just because of this inside month to the upside over 127.12. We'll see how that goes. Also a concentration in the hotels. HST, and HST inside month, and it goes inside month to the upside over 1739. All right, and you've got your 2-2 weaker here, 2-2 trying to come up here, and it's not too exciting, but when you look at across the board here with Marriott coming up this broadening formation here, And what we look for in that monthly, shooter, hammer, boom, right back through this range. You can see they went 2-2 down from here, up into here, takes them out, and now you're trying to go back through that. So that's got our attention here in Marriott. Also, letter H does this, RevStrat, hammer counter shooter inside bar above 75.64. So we've taken this stuff out. We're hopes it'll be up here 81.57 if it keeps going. Do not have a reversal against us, as you can see. Still marching up like so. A little bit of retail, RL trying to come up here. Not too exciting, but it is an inside month here to the upside over 100.41. Phillips Van Heusen coming up a tad here too. Not an inside month, but just certain retail having a nice run like this. So it doesn't mean go run in there and buy it. We prefer this. Triangle the out, stop them out, 2-2 reversal. This is now a continuation. However, with these monthlies, what this means is down the road, these things will set up again, all right, and do stuff like that. So that's why we talk about them. In the Dow Jones, you got the Boeings trying to come out of here on the weekly, inside week back to the upside. A higher level try because it couldn't take this out, all right, but it comes through here and coming back up, still handily inside month. So when you look through the Dow Jones, you've got UTEX actually powering into the highs, and you've got Triple M doing this, RevStrat monster, and used to be somebody. And so when you see something like this, right, and some people be like, here's my support level. I'm like, then how come it ticked below it? Here's my resistance level. Then how come it ticked above it? Because in reality, it looks like this. Higher high, lower low, and now getting back into this broadening formation with the inside month, and then hammer down, boom, over 169.95, still going. AVGO, this is on the macro list, and this is still inside year hammering up, and it just took off, and you can see this 2 up, 2 down, and now trying to get out of this. You see this? All these months are stuck in this thing right here, right there, right? So when you get out of there, and right now it's certainly powering, trying to do that. Real nice day for AVGO here, but once again going towards highs. So just be aware of that, because you get stuff like microchip here, microchip on the monthly. Here's trying to take that out, going inside week up here, and you got Marvell here going RevStrat month to the upside here over 25.34. You've got Analog Devices, ADI, stuck in certain range, the monthly range, but you do go week and upper, so we can respect that to see if we can come through a bunch of this stuff. Also in the trannies, CNI, still monthly hammer up, so you can keep an eye on that with the FedEx and the trannies, 90.56. Above that, still good. Some of the industrials, Honeywell, starting off nicely, and that's 132. So it was a 1-bar RevStrat hammer and still going on the month. Weekly, you can see just starting off nicely, albeit right now, like I said, you want that corrective activity. So if I was watching this, Honeywell right here, 2, boom, right here, 174.60. So mark my words, these things will set up again. So just because they're going to the highs, don't jump in there. But we got a PPG, another industrial trying to go towards the recent highs, and it'll correct itself. There's your inside day and stuff like that. FICO, this thing was a nice kicker pattern here to the daily at the upside, and what that does kick in for you is the monthly 3 outside bar 2, right? And that's above 315.49. That's still good, right? So the magnitude is to take this out if we don't have a reversal on us. But once again, that was a gap and runner, so may have to set up again. If we go to Regeneron in the bio, finally waking up here, and it's a gapper. It's going to have to disseminate it, but it does follow through last month's 2 here. And so you can see here, lower lows, higher highs of this stuff, right? So the lower level broadening formation within the greater one up in here is what we'd be going after. So that might take some time, but we'll see what sets up there. How about AGIO today? And AGIO, just you can see these things when they start to come back off like this daily. Boom, here's your 2 reversal back up, and now what that does give you here in the monthly, if you can take this out, 35.35. You got another buck on that, but I'd definitely be paying attention to that if it can do it. For some downside action, we got some gapper pukers in the Match.com. It looks like we're all married and have girlfriends, so we don't need that anymore, but we'll see. Match right now, puking the inside month and down, and this thing's already down to 58, down into here, so we'll see how much more they can pummel that, and they pummel that with IAC, so you're going to watch that with the Match.com come the morning. XLP, and XLP still an inside month, but you can see here down a little bit, but Procter & Gamble, the one taking the brunt of the beating there on the weekly, inside week and down here, and so still inside month. So we'll see if they want to keep pummeling it, but it's bright red on the month, and so we'll see. Inside week and down right now. Stalls out today. We'll see what this pause means. So we pause and puke, or pause and try and come back up. Kimberly-Clark over there also having some issues, and Kimberly-Clark is doing this in the XLP. You've got your inside month and down below 129.38. You're not right there just yet, but you are inside week and down right now. So we can see if the XLP weakens during the course of the week. You can certainly look over there, and maybe some CHD having some issues. Motorola, MSI. And not sure how much more this thing has on it, but you got your inside week to the downside. And you can see how they really ripped them apart in here. It's called triangle the edge. And go into here, slide higher high, the 2-2 reversal, and boom, takes all this stuff out. So you're just taking out last month's lows. Your inside week and down, just like I said, a lot of things. It closes right middle of the range, so of today's range. So we'll see if more comes of that as it sets up. Northrop Grumman does this inside week and down here, so we can watch the LMTs and stuff like that with it. And you've got General Dynamics doing this here, potential pop them up and come back through. So tomorrow I'll be watching this inside day after an outside day to see if they sub-triangle them out and come ripping back through here, or can try and save everybody by going that way. INTU, and once again, inside week to the downside, which is also taking last month's lows out, so you can keep an eye on that. LGIH in the home builders having some issues here, and on the month, that's 2-2 reversal back down, and you can see what this daily's done. Boom. All right, and here's a nice inside day there, smackdown. So having some issues there below last week and last month's highs. Burritos, after a monster run over the year, just having some tougher month, taking out last month's lows, and for the week still going after the 3-2 puker. TWLO, yeah, and this thing's been stinking the joint up for a while, and now you can see this monthly. Here's your inside month, still good. So when people say, "Can you swing trade with your strategy?" I'm like, yes. All right, so as long as it stays below here, that was 134.74. Now you're down to 91.33 on a monthly basis. You're also taking out last month's lows, and you're taking out the weekly lows again. TTD, I believe, has earnings this week, and right now below this, below 200.25 is RevStrat week to the downside. Still handily inside month, so you can keep an eye on that, because you have something like Shop, which is getting closer to the inside month and down, and that would be below 291.06. Definitely something I'd want to know about over there. MDB Mod Gob, still handily inside month, but as of right now, you've got RevStrat week down, still all into this range, but certainly if there's any tech sell-off kind of thingies below 124.51, that's going to get my attention. VNQ REITs took a beating today, and here they're having a rough start to the week, and that's where you can start to see right there, right? And then just go across the board. EQIX for one, and you can see this inside day here below that. Triggers the inside month and down, so that thing's still having some problems. You've got things like EQR, AVB, and now you've got SPG here trying to go the other way, and an inside day here. So we'll see if they want to stick it to them, an inside day SPG, because if that goes up, you go 2-2 month to the upside over 156.90. So always important to not only look at the commonalities, a bunch of things, but the divergences within there as well, because you've got things like PSA that we've been watching for a while. Remember, we've talked about this monthly 2-2 here with EXR, and these things still going. Ice baby has a tough one here, and starting off the month, 2 months to the downside. In the weekly, you can see that coming down. So you watch that with like CME and CBOE, and acting a little better there. Silver USLV. Trying to take the inside week to the downside here, below 90.58, and this thing can really move, so that can be fun. Thermo TMO, another one having a little bit of an issue here to start off the week as it goes outside week. Takes these guys down 3-2 style, boom, pivot machine gun through like this, so we'll see if there's a little bit more on the tank down there. Nowhere near taking out last month's lows. But also a potential 3 because it took out last month's highs and is now coming back through. Is that something we want to know about? You bet it is. So, like I said, we're concentrating on the gappers. As the sectors move during the day, we'll stay on it. We could use some futures help, which eventually we will have. But right now, it's consolidating at the highs until we can get a little shake them up and let them disseminate these earnings that are coming out. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF here at T3 Live with the Wheels in Motion show.